Yo, what's up everyone? It's Mark. We're diving deep into the world of smart homes, not just the gadgets themselves, but how to actually design your space to be truly future-proof. Because let's be real, a smart home that's a pain to actually use, that's not smart at all. We're talking about homes that listen, learn, and basically make your life easier. Think seamless automation, voice control that actually works, and a setup that can adapt as new tech comes out. Whether you're building a new place from scratch or just want to upgrade your current setup, stick around for the design tips that'll take your smart home game to the next level. Let's get started. Alright, first things first, you gotta have a brain for your smart home. This is where the Smart Hub comes in. Think of it like the central nervous system connecting all your devices. Now you've got a ton of options out there: Amazon Echo, Google Home, Samsung SmartThings, Apple HomeKit, the list goes on. The key here is compatibility. You want a hub that plays nice with as many devices and ecosystems as possible. Why? Because you don't want to be locked into one brand or ecosystem. Tech moves fast and you want the flexibility to add new gadgets and systems down the line without starting from scratch. Look for a hub that supports major communication protocols like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Z-Wave. The more, the better. This ensures your hub can talk to a wider range of devices, giving you more options and flexibility in the long run. Take some time to research and choose a hub that aligns with your current needs and future plans. Trust me, a little planning up front will save you a lot of headaches down the road. And hey, if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even go the DIY route with a Raspberry Pi or a similar platform. It's a bit more involved, but it gives you ultimate control and customization over your smart home setup. But even if you're not a tech whiz, don't sweat it. There are plenty of user-friendly hubs out there that make managing your smart home a breeze. The important thing is to have that central hub, that command center that brings all your devices together. It's the foundation of a truly integrated and future-proof smart home. Okay, let's talk about something we often take for granted, but is absolutely crucial for a smart home Wi-Fi. I can't stress this enough. Your smart home is only as smart as its weakest Wi-Fi signal. Imagine this. You're trying to turn off the lights with your voice, but the command just times out because your smart bulb is stuck in a Wi-Fi dead zone. Super frustrating, right? So when you're designing your smart home, think about Wi-Fi coverage from the get-go. Consider the placement of your router. Ideally, it should be centrally located to provide the best possible coverage throughout your home. But let's be real, sometimes a single router just doesn't cut it, especially in larger homes or homes with multiple floors. That's where mesh Wi-Fi systems come in. These systems use multiple access points placed strategically around your home to create a seamless and robust Wi-Fi network. They're super easy to set up and manage, and they're a game changer for larger homes. Another option is to use multiple routers and configure them to work together. This can be a bit more technical, but it gives you more control over your network. And here's a pro tip. Think about the future. As you add more devices to your smart home, your Wi-Fi network is going to be under more strain, so it's always a good idea to overestimate your needs and invest in a system that can handle the load. A strong, reliable Wi-Fi network is the backbone of any smart home. Don't underestimate its importance. Let's talk about smart lighting, which is way more than just using your phone as a light switch. It's about setting the mood, saving energy, and yeah, a little bit of showing off. First up, ditch the traditional switches and go all in on smart bulbs. You've got a ton of options: Philips Hue, Lex, TP-Link Casa, all with different features and price points. But here's the real game changer. Integrate your smart lighting with motion sensors. Imagine walking into a room, and the lights automatically turn on to the perfect brightness. Or picture this. You wake up in the middle of the night and instead of stumbling around in the dark, dim lights gently guide your way. Motion sensors aren't just about convenience, they're also great for security. You can set them up to trigger your lights when they detect motion outside, deterring potential intruders. And let's not forget about energy efficiency. Smart bulbs themselves use less energy than traditional bulbs, and when you add motion sensors to the mix, you're only using lights when you actually need them. But here's the thing. To really get the most out of smart lighting, you need to think about placement. Consider the natural light in each room and how you want the lighting to flow throughout your home. Pro tip: use a combination of different types of lights, overhead lights, lamps, accent lights, to create a layered and dynamic lighting scheme. Smart lighting is one of the easiest and most impactful ways to upgrade your home. It's functional, it's stylish, and it's a glimpse into the future of living. Okay, let's get a little more technical and talk about wiring and outlets. Now, this is especially important if you're building a new home or doing a major renovation. Think about it. Technology is constantly evolving. What's considered cutting edge today might be obsolete in a few years. That's why it's crucial to future-proof your home's infrastructure. First and foremost, run plenty of electrical wiring, and I mean plenty. You might think you have enough outlets, but trust me, you'll thank me later. And don't just focus on the obvious places like walls. Think about running wiring under floors, in ceilings, even in furniture. This will give you maximum flexibility to add new devices and systems down the line without having to tear down walls or run unsightly cables. Speaking of outlets, consider installing smart outlets. These bad boys let you control your devices remotely, set schedules, and even monitor energy usage. Another thing to think about is data ports. Ethernet is still the gold standard for fast and reliable internet connectivity, so it's a good idea to have Ethernet ports in key areas of your home, especially if you're planning on having a dedicated home office or entertainment area. And don't forget about USB ports. These are becoming increasingly common on devices, so it's a good idea to have them readily available. Look, I know wiring and outlets might not be the most exciting part of designing a smart home, but trust me, it's worth the investment. A well-wired home is a future-proof home. Alright, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to smart homes, security and privacy, because let's be real, a smart home that's vulnerable to hackers is not a smart home, it's a security nightmare. The first line of defense is your home network. Make sure you have a strong password on your router and enable network encryption. And please, for the love of all that is good, don't use the default password that comes with your router. Next up, let's talk about smart locks. These are awesome for convenience, but they also need to be secure. Look for locks that use strong encryption and two-factor authentication. And don't forget about video doorbells. These are great for keeping an eye on your property, but they also need to be properly secured. Make sure your video doorbell uses end-to-end encryption so that only you and the people you authorize can access the footage. Now here's the thing about smart home devices. They collect a lot of data about you. They know when you're home, when you're not, what you're watching, what you're listening to. It's important to be aware of this and to choose devices and services that prioritize your privacy. Look for devices that offer data encryption, both in transit and at rest. Read the privacy policies of the companies you're sharing your data with, and be mindful of the permissions you're granting to apps and devices. Remember, a truly smart home is a secure home. Don't sacrifice your privacy for the sake of convenience. So there you have it, guys. Designing a truly future-proof smart home is about more than just buying the latest gadgets. It's about creating a space that's connected, efficient, and secure. Remember, a smart home should make your life easier, not more complicated. By following these design tips, you can create a home that's ready for anything the future throws its way. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech tips and reviews. And be sure to let me know in the comments what your smart home must-haves are. Until next time, keep it smart.